I want to tell you about a phone call I made that I will never forget. A network called me about a financial expert I represent. She is sharp, telegenic, exactly the kind of a woman a network builds a segment around. They wanted her for a recurring spot on their national morning show. Full ownership of her likeness and her segment format signed over to them. A 3-year exclusivity clause that meant she could not appear anywhere else, print, digital, or otherwise, without their approval. I read the offer twice before I ever called her, because my job is to protect her name and get her paid exactly what she's worth. Neither one comes second. And then I called her, and I told her the truth. I said, this deal as written does not build you. It does not pay you what you are actually worth either. It builds them using you at a discount. My name is Susan Haber, and for 30 years as an agent, protecting a client's name and making sure she is paid what she is worth have never been two different jobs. They are the same job. This is the call I make before my client ever has to decide anything. We went back, not with a threat, with a rewrite, a counteroffer. She wound up keeping her ownership of her format. The exclusivity narrowed to that one network's morning slot only, nothing broader. And her rate reflected exactly what she was actually handing them: a built-in audience, a proven format, and a face people already trusted. That is the deal she signed. That is the one that built her. Now, here's why I'm telling you this. Right now, one of you is looking at a deal that feels like it's your only shot. Maybe it's a brand wanting exclusive rights to your content in exchange for a flat fee. Maybe it's a platform asking you to hand over your intellectual property for the exposure. That happens a lot. A collaboration maybe, where someone else's name goes on your work first and yours goes second, if at all. And I know you're telling yourself, this is the one, because you're afraid there will not be another one. But guess what? There will always be another one. What there will not always be is you, intact, still owning your own name. Here is something almost nobody tells women building a business, and it's super important to know. Desperation has a smell, and everyone at the table can smell it. The moment you negotiate from fear, the terms already know it. The people across the table did not get good making deals by accident. They read a room. They read a woman who feels lucky to be there before she has said a single word. The fix is not confidence you fake in the moment. The fix is deciding in advance what you will not give away. This is before you are sitting across from someone whose entire job is finding out what you will. Write it down. Not your rate, your terms. what you keep no matter what. Your name on your own work. Your right to walk. Your ownership. Your say. Decide it on a quiet afternoon, not in the middle of a call where someone is smiling at you and holding a contract. I have watched brilliant women give away the very thing that made them valuable because the offer arrived wrapped in urgency and they had never once asked what they were not willing to trade. And I have watched other women, no more talented, simply better prepared, walk out of that same room with everything intact and paid what they were worth because they knew their floor before they ever sat down. That is not luck, and that is not talent either. That is preparation, and it is available to every one of you right now for free. Here's what I want you to do this week. Take the deal in front of you, the one that feels urgent, the one with the clock ticking, and ask yourself one question. If I walked away from this exact offer today, would I still be who I am tomorrow? If the answer is yes, you can negotiate from strength. If the answer is no, that is not a business decision. That is fear making the decision for you. And fear is a terrible negotiator. This is exactly the work I do inside the Haber Breakthrough. Not motivation, strategy, knowing what you are actually worth, knowing your floor before you sit down, and walking into any room as the one who already decided she is not desperate and will not be paid a discount. Go to thehaberbreakthrough.com. Take the visibility audit for $497 and find out exactly where you are giving away more than you need to. Or join our community for $27 a month and learn this alongside women doing the same work. You do not have to figure this out alone, and you do not have to take the deal that scares you into shrinking or underpays you. I am Susan Haber, and I will see you in the next video.